Okay, so today I've just decided that I'm going to do 10 minutes at a time every other day, just speaking to people. And I hope that there's one, two, three, four people that watch, but at minimum one who learns something. And 10 minutes is, I hope, not a lot to ask. I'm not some, trained person. I'm not anything important, but I am just Michael, and I'm just trying to reach the people that I care about and the people that can see this message. And so, if you've ever trusted me in any way, if you ever thought, that was an interesting thing or an interesting point from me, just give me 10 minutes. You don't have to be the super religious person. You don't have to, go down a rabbit hole of religion and all this stuff to follow what I'm saying. And even if you have zero religion in you, I feel like the message is going to teach you something important. If you're watching this, there is a reason. Okay, and today I want to talk about examples because we have so many good examples in the world and we have so many bad examples in the world, but everybody strives to be a good example. You want to be a good example to your son, you want to be a good example to your daughter, you want to be a good example to you of what a good marriage is, you want to be a good example of what a good community figure is in your community. But we very rarely focus on being a bad example. And you might think, like, why would I want to be a bad example? That doesn't make any sense. Why? Well, that is an issue that we are not addressing, that we need to be bad examples because we've all done bad. We are all sinners. And if we do not show our sins, if we do not tell people the paths that we have gone down, then we are enabling other people to go down that path. We are enabling the devil to have a grasp on people who have the ability to know not to go down that road. If you've ever done something in your life and you're like, man, I really wish somebody would have done that before me, told me not to do it, showed me what would have happened, and I would not have done that. I guarantee you would, like, that thought's gone through your head. But why often do we not do that thing that we just did and now not tell somebody else? We just think, oh, I wish somebody would have told us, but we never are willing to tell other people. And that is because we are afraid to be judged. We are afraid that people are going to judge us. And I go to Colossians 4:6. Let your conversations be always full of grace, seasoned with salt, so that you may know how to answer everyone. It is a lot of times that there are people that reach you, that bring you to the light, that really motivate you, or, make your heart feel something, that have gone through the worst of things. Some of the worst people are the best preachers. And when I say that, I mean some of the people who have gone and done the worst things become the most inspirational people because they have gone through something. People have been at the bottom of their barrel. They are ready to do the most sinful things, and then they have found their way out. And those people know how dark and how deep that barrel can go. And those people can find the other people that are at the bottom of their barrel. But they must be willing to be bad examples. They must be willing to tell the truth, because if you go to someone addicted to drugs and you tell them that your life was so easy and so perfect and look what God has given you, that is not going to reach them the same way as if you tell them that you were at the bottom of your barrel, you were hurting, you were tearful, you were crying, you had nothing left in you, your soul was depleted. And then there was a small spark, and there was something, there was someone, and it led you to Jesus Christ, and it brought you to the light, and your life went only upwards. And that doesn't mean every second was up, but upwards in time. That is the person that is going to reach, in my opinion, more likely to reach somebody at the bottom if they have also been at the bottom. So we must be bad examples. And that does not mean that you have to have done some of these horrible things in life, or some had addictions, but it means that everybody goes through their own trials and tribulations, and we must be willing to admit them, tell people how we got there, what we did when we were there, how we got out of it, and how our lives have improved. And that is what being a bad example is to me. And you may say, well, I am scared to be judged, and I don't want my past to be used against me. But you must realize that the ones who judge are being judged much harder by a much higher power. The only judgment that I focus on is the one of my God. And it's funny, that we worry so much about other people's judgment, but it's human nature. And it's easy to say, don't worry about what they think. Everybody worries about what they think, because No matter who you are, no matter what person, no matter the holiest person on earth goes up on that stage, and guess what? They're going to wear some good clothes. They're going to think about what they're wearing. Maybe they're not the most expensive, but they're at least clean. They're ironed. Why are they ironed? Why not just go up there with no shoes, dirt on your feet? It's because you still, in a small speck, even if you truly understand the word and to worry more about God, you still worry about the judgment of others. And that's okay. But for God has not given us a spirit of fear and timidity, but of power, love, and self-discipline. And if we are disciplined in ourselves, we will always do what is right by God, even if we are faced with evil. But we must be willing to admit that we are faced with evil. You know, it's very easy to walk into a casino and see everybody making a bunch of money and being like, oh, yes, this is it. And that's how casinos work, right? They always put the winners on the board. But you know what would stop a lot of people from losing their life savings at a casino is if they started putting the people who lost everything on the board. But now, see, why would they do that? Why would the devil use the people that he has destroyed to showcase what he's done? No, he's going to use false, winners. He's going to use false reward to get people to follow him and to lead themselves into dark paths. But it is up to the people who fear God, who love God, to say, yes, this devil gave me this prize and I won $2,000 at the casino, and the next day I lost $4,000. Those people, though they may be embarrassed to say it, they might not want to go home and tell the people that they love that they did that. But if they do that and they tell other people that and they move forward in life, guess what? Less people will lose. More people will be saved by the love of God, even in a small way. Okay? And then you may say, well, sorry, I have this written up in a weird way. Anyways, so Proverbs 11:2 says, when pride comes, then comes disgrace. But with humility comes wisdom. Because when we humble ourselves before God and acknowledge our need of his guidance, we can become more receptive to his wisdom and better able to discern his will. You see, pride is what holds us back a lot of times, and we are prideful people. Okay, I am a prideful person. I am proud of my family. I am proud of my household. I'm proud of my church. I'm proud of a lot of things. I'm proud that I am able to provide for my family. But I must realize that when I follow God, when I put everything that I have into him and trust his will and let go of my own pride, I am able to do more. I'm able to help others. I can get all this money and I can buy this and I can buy that and I can rep a brand new watch every day, or I can say, let me use this money to help someone else. Let me use my time to better other people. Let me show others what it means to be a follower of Christ. And it is very hard. Even to make this video, you have to sit here and you have to let go of your ego. You have to know that there are going to be people that are going to judge me for posting this. There are going to be people that laugh at me and say, oh, you stuttered, or oh, you messed up at a part, or you forgot what you were going to say, you're not organized. And that's how, and I feel that as I'm going through, and instead of stopping and instead of feeling like, oh, I don't want to be judged, or let me delete this video and not post it, I must say that there might be someone listening that will learn. And God told me to do this. God made me feel the urge to do this, and he cannot be wrong, and my ego cannot get in the way. And so as I wrap this up, I have 10 minutes left. I'm going to read this part that I did skip over. And then you may say, well, what about my family? Does God say to love your wife, your child, your mother, your cousin above him, or to love him above all else? And while you may think that it is jealousy of God to do this, well, let's think maybe it's wisdom. And yes, God is a jealous God. Of course he'd be a jealous God. He created you in his image to live on earth, and he wants nothing but the best for you. So if someone else, like the devil, is leading you in the wrong way, he will be jealous. And so let's think it's wisdom. For if he has all the right things for our lives, if he emboldened us with the morals, the virtues, and dignity, then making him proud and living in his grace can only lead to those under him being proud. I don't know anyone living by God's word who makes people judge them. Well, except the wicked. And boy, would I love to be judged by the wicked. And because it lets me know I'm doing something. Because the only people who will judge me for posting this or reaching out to others to improve their lives would be those wanting to destroy other lives by the name of the devil. And we do not give the devil praise, so we will not end with the devil. We will end with God, and we will say, I love you, God. I am proud to be under you, but I am also humble to be your servant. And today I end this message by saying, I will commit to keep posting these. I will not stop no matter what happens. And I hope that one person gets something from this message. Thank you.